All right, welcome back everyone to the Newt News podcast. Unfortunately, we had ourselves another disappointing series. Went into Milwaukee and lost two of three. Pitching looked pretty shaky in game one and game three. Flaherty walked a lot of batters again, and Woodford looked a little bit better than he did in his first start, but still pretty shaky. What were your key takeaways from this series, Gravy?
Yeah, so in terms of this series, we left a lot of people on base. Over 3 games, we left 28 men on base. And in this last game against the Brewers, where we lost 6-1, we were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. So obviously we need our offense to be clicking in key moments, and right now it's not really doing that. So we need to work on that aspect. And as well as that, our pitching needs to be solidified, and we need to be stronger in that region.
Yeah, the runners in scoring position hitting was not great today at all. Um, we've been hearing the announcers talk about how great the Cardinals are with two outs and like having the highest batting average in the league with two outs or whatever. I don't think that's the case anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, we definitely need to have a little bit more run production. And with the pitching as it stands, it's kind of not going to hold up. I'm going to spin a little bit more of a positive take. I think Jordan Walker has shown that he's major league ready. We saw him hit his second home run the other day, laser in the left field, and we've seen him take really good at bats. I think he's proven that he can be exactly what Cardinal fans were hoping. I was a little bit skeptical coming out of spring training. He looked a little bit shaky towards the end there, but I think he's definitely major league ready.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And through 9 games, he has a 9-game hitting streak. So he's, I think, tied Ted Williams for most games with a hit to start off the season, for in franchise history. So that's great to see. We hope he continues that. And if he reaches 12 games, he'll be tied with first. So let's hope for that.
Yeah, for such a young hitter, he's showing really good discipline, really good just hitting skills in general. We'd like to see the defense improve a little bit, but he's only been playing the outfield for like 6 months, so we'll give him a break there. Um, what do you think the Cardinals should do about the pitching situation? And are you worried going into the Colorado series?
Yeah, I mean, obviously going to Colorado, it's going to be a tough matchup. I mean, their offense is always insane, especially in Coors Field. Um, I am concerned about, our guys, Matz, Michaelis, and Flaherty. Those are the matchups for this upcoming series. Um, Luckily, we are facing the back end of that Rockies rotation with Marquez, Freeland, and Arenado. So I think our offense can prop us up there. But yes, the pitching is a little concerning. We'll have to see how they perform in Colorado, but I'm hoping we can overpower them with our offense.
Yeah, I remember last season, Michaelis had an ERA in the twos and then went to Colorado Coors Field. Has historically had not a lot of success there and then gave up like 10 runs. His ERA was in the mid threes after that. And he just historically hasn't had a lot of success at Coors Field. Hopefully that'll change, but it's definitely a really tough environment to pitch at for any pitcher. So I'm really hoping this rotation will survive at least this series. Hopefully we win all 3 games. Colorado is not a very good team. They are still in a rebuilding phase, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I expect if we were playing them at home, I would expect a sweep. But here, when you go to Colorado, it's you never really know what you're going to get. What are your expectations for this lineup going into the series?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jordan Walker's going to continue his hot streak. We've seen what he can do these past 9 games. So I'm hoping he'll continue that. And of course, Goldie, Arenado, our big three. Um, those guys are producing well, of course. And even like our bottom 9 guys are really doing well. Um, Tommy Edman has been a little shaky recently, but I think he'll bring it back in this couple game of series.
Yeah, the one player that I think is the only real easy out that plays somewhat consistently is Andrew Kisner. 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Definitely not a good look to see that. We need a backup catcher that can hit, but I don't know if they're going to address that at all. We could send Kisner down to AAA, call up Herrera or Barrera, have a couple options there, see what happens. But I don't think Kisner is going to be viable there. Did not have a good game today. Has not had a good year overall, but I still think the lineup will mash when it comes to Coors Field. We have Nolan Arenado, obviously, who's played the majority of his career in Colorado, so that'll be fun to see again. We've seen that a couple of times. He always hits a home run when he goes back to Coors, so I'm expecting another one this time around. So let's play some hit streak. The two of us have not been doing too hot with this game. I think I lost it again today. I picked Nolan Gorman, and you and Sandy both had Paul Goldschmidt. Sandy's still alive with like an 8-9 day hit streak. So who are you taking against German Marquez tomorrow?
Ooh, German Marquez is a lefty, and we have
No, he's not.
continually hit well against him.
Oh my God.
Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I swear to God, he's a lefty.
We did this last week too.
Ah, sorry, that's a cut.
No, you're good. You're good.
I know. I swear. I swear. I'm gonna ask Sandy. He's gonna say the same thing. He's gonna say, "I think he's a lefty." Okay. Um, yeah. Do you want to lead into that again? Sorry.
I don't remember what I said, but okay. So who would you take tomorrow for your hit streak against German Marquez?
Yeah, I mean, basically what you said about Arenado, like he's back at home. He's back where he's played for most of his career. So I'm gonna take Arenado against Marquez.
I'm not really sure who to take because it seems like whenever I take someone these last couple of days, it just ends up being wrong. So I'm gonna go with Brendan Donovan again. I think he's been in a little bit of a slump, but I expect him to break back out of it. He's a really good hitter, really good on base stuff, and Coors is a really big outfield, so I expect a couple of hits to drop for him tomorrow night. Before we wrap up this episode, I wanted to cover a little bit of our MPB news again for week 2. Unfortunately, the Yomiuri Giants have lost 5 consecutive games in their first 10 games of the season. This is the first time they've done that since 2011 and the 5th time that that's happened in club history. The SoftBank Hawks starting pitchers have been winning pitchers in the team's first 4 games of the season. The last time the club did so was in 1954 as the Nakai Hawks, when the starters were winning pitchers in 7 consecutive games from opening day. The Yakult Swallows, they're on a really big hot streak. First team in 80 years to win their first 4 games from opening day while allowing 2 runs total in those 4 games. Last team to do it did it in 1943. So that's a pretty historic win for them there. The Rakuten Eagles pitcher Yuki Matsui indeed got his 200th career save in MPB, 9th player to reach that mark, and was the youngest player to reach that mark. Rakuten Eagles hitter Hidoto Asamura hit his 300th career double. He was the 76th player in MPB history to reach that mark. And again, for the Eagles, former Yankee pitcher Masahiro Tanaka got his 1500th strikeout career in NPB, 59th pitcher in history to do that record. He also has 991 strikeouts in MLB, and he only needs 9 more to reach 25 career strikeouts combined between the 2 leagues. So that's pretty impressive. And lastly, to no one's surprise, Roki Sasaki, a star for Team Japan in the WBC, made his first start coming back from that tournament and was completely unhittable. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 11 strikeouts, no walks, and topped 102 miles per hour. So very impressive for him there. And a bonus stat, combining MLB and MPB, none of the Samurai Japan starters has yet to record a loss in a start. Everyone is perfectly clean.
Yeah, and I mean, it's important to note that Roki Sasaki is only 21 years old. So, I mean, we're just seeing immaculate stuff from him, and we'll have to continue watching him in his early career.
Yeah, I mean, still a couple of years away from being able to come over to MLB. But if the Cardinals are listening, I wouldn't mind having some 102 on the bump that isn't from our good friend Jordan Hicks, who throws 103, but he throws it really straight right down the middle, and gets hit really hard. So I think Roki knows what he's doing a little bit more. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Newt News. A short one today, but not we didn't want to talk too much about the disappointing series. I think you guys all know what's going on. The pitching needs some help, and that's kind of about it. But yeah, be sure to follow us on social media at Newt News Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Be sure to check out our merch. It'll be linked in the description. Got lots of new colors actually for our Newt News shirts, and we're always working on exciting projects here. We'll be back with you next week to cover some more series.